now you started, you're doing this Purity Productions thing. Did you start that already?
Yep, I started that when I was 17.
She's so into this, Pebbles, into this whole abstinence thing, which I know Mom is all excited about. Mom's been jumping jacks over about this. But it's a television and music production company that aims to create clean content. So it's going to be like no sex, no bad words, none of that stuff?
Exactly. It's just going to be family quality entertainment.
Yeah.
I've produced 2 television pilots, and I'm working on kind of an interactive website called chroniclesoflife.tv, where I'm filming interviews with people and just talking about different topics. So that's exciting, and I shot a music video for Hairnet Banquet called Blue Eyes Like Genies.
Now, but who would get these shows? Because a lot of people, especially now, wouldn't they want like a little sex or a little violence in their shows? You know what I mean?
Well, we haven't worked on marketing yet because we're still in post-production, but I'm just kind of leaving it as this is where I'm going, so I'm going to bring it everywhere I can.
So what kind of roles did you said you had turned down some roles? What types of things were they that made you not want to do them?
Fondling scenes, like when we send out my headshot, we always say I'm interested in wholesome projects only, but a lot of people don't grasp that concept. So I went in, I auditioned, and the guy was like rubbing his chest. He's like, "Now, did I tell you about the fondling scene?" I'm like, "What?" And
the guy was like, rubbing his chest and he was talking to you?
Yeah!
What's that all about?
That's not very sexy.
I know. Are you sure it was for a movie? Or
yeah, well, my mom was in the audition with me because I was like 14 or 15 at the time.
Oh, God.
So my mom was like, "What?" And she completely like flipped out and went down and told the other parents that were waiting with their kids, and they didn't seem to have any problems with it.
That sounds sketchy.
So. That sounds like boring.
He's rubbing himself like with a mother in the room.
Yeah. Anytime you walk in and a dude that's auditioning you starts rubbing his chest, I think I'd have second thoughts on
I went to an audition yesterday. The guy couldn't get me out of there quick enough. He definitely had to rub his chest. So wait a minute. Now, what if you get offered like a huge role on a big show for a lot of money? You know what I mean? But they say, look, it's gonna, you're gonna have to do some sexual stuff here. Like, let's say it's like a Law and Order SVU type of show. You know what I mean? But something like that. But you're gonna have to do, it's gonna be a big scene in a big, in a big show. But you're gonna have to do like a scene where you're having sex with somebody, or that you guys are getting really hot and heavy, and then he kills you, or you kill him.
All right. Well, I wouldn't do that if they really wanted me for the role. I tell them that they'd have to like work around it like they did in the old movies, where it wouldn't show anything. I wouldn't actually do anything, but it'd get the point across. There's always ways of getting the point across that somebody's going to do something without showing it. It's not needed. What's
the furthest you would go? Like, what would you let happen in front of a camera?
I'd kiss somebody, but nothing too like
open mouth.
Crazy. I don't know.
You don't even know if you do an open mouth.
Wow. So even though it is a role and it is acting, you still don't want to be associated with anything like that?
No. I've actually had people tell me, well, it's not you, it's the character. And I understand that, but it's still me portraying the character. And people wouldn't be looking at the character, really. They'd be like, oh, well, that's that actress, Misty, she's doing that, I saw that. So I wouldn't do it because I'd be portraying the character.
Now, are you staying abstinent strictly for religious reasons? And
well, it started off with my youth group. They had the True Love Weight ceremony going on, and I went through all the courses for that. And
can you explain that for people that don't know what that is?
Okay, it was a program with my youth group, and they were just kind of talking about abstaining until marriage, and it was with my church. And actually, the day that they were having the ceremony, I was down in Texas, so I wasn't able to make it, and I wasn't able to order my ring, and I was really disappointed. And then we went into a bookstore down in Texas, and right on the display when I walked in was the True Love Weights rings, like the exact one that I wasn't able to order, and I'm like, oh, I'm so getting it! So I got that, so I'm abstaining until marriage.
And you haven't even kissed a guy yet?
I have now.
Oh, okay. And how old are you, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
20.
And how old are you when you kissed the guy?
I was almost 18.
Almost 18?
Yeah.
And how long were you with him before you kissed him?
Couple weeks.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like you were waiting a couple of years to kiss and then...
No, my longest relationship has been 2-3 months.
Whoa! 2-3 months of the guy just waiting and then going, I'm out of this bitch.
Oh my God!
This girl won't put out. Wait, hold on a second.
2-3 months of guys trying to change me, and I'm like,
yeah.
no, I'm like serious.
Like, really, I love you, Misty. No, for real. No, I want to be with you forever.
That's why my ring it says True Love Waits.
So now, what did this guy do to make you want to kiss him though? Like, what was so different about him?
Actually not. He wasn't too special. I hate to put it that way. It
Oh,
sounds harsh,
damn.
but
Just
I
want to
hadn't
get it out of the way.
I hadn't been in any type of relationship for 4 years, and I was just kind of lonely, and I was like, oh, this guy's paying attention to me, but it didn't work out.
Now, is it something that when you first start dating a guy, you tell him right up front, you know, look, this is the deal,
You have to tell him right up front.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's like disclosing
okay.
you have children or a police
But
record.
not on a first
Yes,
date.
yes, you do,
that's
Pebbles.
what I
You need
mean.
to let him,
No.
you need to let him
No,
know as soon as you tell him your full name.
No.
My name's Misty Lockheart, and I'm not having sex until I'm married. You still want to eat?
I never like go hang out with guys like wanting to date them. I always end up being friends with them first. And actually, my boyfriend right now, I met him through his sister. I was really good friends with her, and like he knew before he even started liking me that I'm a virgin. I'm waiting till marriage, and he's still hanging in there. So.
How long you been dating him?
2 months on Sunday.
2 months?
Wow, it's
Yeah.
a record for you.
Yeah, it's a record.
Now, what about him? What's his deal? Is he same thing, same attitude as you, or?
I'm not really sure, but I know he's abstaining as long as he's with me.
What do you
so.
consider a dirty movie? I'm just talking about something like something where there's a sex scene,
Oh.
not like a porn.
Yeah, no porn.
We can watch those later.
I don't like. What?
Ramiro.
Just kidding, Mom. Just kidding. So what if let's say if I was gonna take you to a movie like American Gangster. I'm sure there's definitely violence in that. Maybe
I
some
want to go
sex.
see
I
that.
don't get
You wanna
myself
go see
in
it?
a situation or.
Well, anything that's a gray area, I try to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. I like to try to keep things innocent. Like my favorite thing is just like when like Ryan gives me a kiss on the forehead, something like that. Just the really sweet, simple things. Those are my favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I know my limitations, and my boyfriend knows my limitations, so it's not really an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So like when you go on dates with him, has he ever tried anything?
No, he's a good guy. He's very respectful.
Wow.
That's why we
Yeah,
love you.
yeah.
Do you think that
Exactly.
you will get married sooner because of this?
She's gonna get proposed to sooner. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. I'm not rushing anything, and I don't know. I'll just see how it all plays out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always wanted to get married and have kids. That's always been like my ultimate goal. I want a family, but it's not anything I'm rushing into. I'm 20 years old. I'm still young, and I'm working on my career, so I'm just taking it slow.
That's amazing, man. You don't meet many 20-year-old girls who are pushing sex away.
Yeah, I mean, I just asked that because I know of people who, believe that you should wait until you get married and stuff, and because of the whole religious thing, but I feel like, they kind of jumped into marriage quickly because it becomes harder and harder to wait. So that's why I was just curious, like wondering if you think you'd get married earlier because of it.
Well, I'd rather wait and make sure it was something that was going to last, because I wouldn't want to go through divorce. When I get married, I want it to be for the rest of my life, so it's not something I'm going to rush into just for the sexual pleasures. So it's definitely worth the wait for me.
That's funny with Pebbles. We were like looking up stuff on Misty online, and I ended up coming across GodTube.
GodTube.com.
GodTube. Broadcast him. This might be my new favorite website.
Did you see the
Well,
clip?
guys, thanks for coming in here.
No problem.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to
for
meet
having
you.
me.
And